to Travel and Bang, baby.
This is Travel and Bang. I am Marky Bravo, the mulatto. Welcome to the jungle, baby. We got fun and games back again. So in this one, we're going to discuss why Kevin Samuels, what caused him to pass away. I don't care if he's 56. That was still in my view, a very young age to go out. You understand? In this day and age, humans can at least 90, maybe worst case scenario in their 80s pass away. But so that's still a very young timeline for a gentleman, a dating coach guru like Kevin Samuels to pass away. I've talked to his physician. We narrowed it down. I think this is pretty much like an 80, I won't say 90 or 100, but 80% chance the reason what killed him. And I think everybody needs to know this out there, right? So before we get into that, I'm gonna save that for the end. We're gonna talk about flakes. How do you combat the flake rate? You know what I mean? I've been through this before. I've been flaked by many different women. The worst flaking is ghosting. I had a woman, this is several years ago, she ghosted me, right? And then she reappeared again. Because of course, when they ghost you and reappear, it means that they had thought they thought they traded in. They swapped you for someone else. And then when they realized they made a really big mistake, they try to reverse what they did and they come and look you up again after they ghost you, right? This happens more often than you think. It can happen to anybody, but also the flaking. So let's get into it and how to combat this. That's what it's really about. We already know flaking and ghosting exist. How do you combat this shit? Okay, let's get into it. All right, hey, before we get into it, Travel and Bang needs your support. Please subscribe to this channel, share it with your friends and family. If you're feeling what I'm saying, what I'm doing, please leave a comment below. Also, Razor Blade Romance is out. I'm gonna leave a link for Amazon. Please check the book out. So let's get into it, all right? So basically, as you already know, the flake rates in this day and age are really high. If I count back to 10 years ago, you never, as a man, the chances of being flaked were so slim. But now when you talk to a woman, that her attention span will be taken, the chances of that happen are very high. You know what I mean? Because on the dating apps, we discussed that on the dating sites, however you do it, it's you versus like a menu of men, you understand? And it just takes one guy to take control of a fantasy, her attention span, and then boom, now she's not interested. So all of a sudden you and her are vibing, you know, you're on WhatsApp together or Telegram, you're vibing. And then a week starts passing, you start noticing the messages are being responded to a lot later than usual, okay? Whereas she was very responsive, all of a sudden now it turns into hours before she responds. You know what I mean? And that's fine. Everybody is caught up in life. Everybody got, you know, their career, they got hobbies, they got things they get into. But we're talking about when the person was very responsive, they hit you back right away, and then all of a sudden now it's turning into hours. Now it even turns into maybe 24 hours, like a day. I've had it get really raunchy, bad. Fucking 2 days will go by before I get a response. I mean, that was just piss poor. And what I want to tell men out there is when you're getting flaky behavior like that, not the first time, not the second time, let it keep persisting. But if it gets to the point where it's turning into 2 days before you even getting response, you're going to put the woman in check, okay? You have to put them in check. That's basically a shit test in itself. You have to say, hey, I respect that you got other things to do, but you know, as the old saying goes, if married people with children and corporate careers have time to cheat on their spouses, then, you know what I mean, then anything else, any other excuse is bullshit. It's bullshit. And you have to say, if I'm that low on the totem pole that you can't respond to me within a few hours, then I think you got the wrong one, baby. You know what I mean? I'm not going to entertain this nonsense. This is bullshit. It's fuckery to the third power. And I want you to say it in that derogatory way. This is fuckery to the third power and very fucking disrespectful. You know what I mean? You don't get to the point where you're using, if you're leaving a voice note, that you're using like emotional tonality, but you're saying this in a monotone way. Like, this is disrespectful and you're just not going to tolerate it. And two things are going to happen from there. The woman's either going to, she could either tell you indirectly or directly to go fuck off, right? And that can always happen. Or what usually happens to me is, because it's a shit test, they start backpedaling. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. I'm so sorry. But it's a shit test. Now they're like, ooh, you know what I mean? This tiger got teeth. You understand? This knife got an edge to it. This guy is not a beta male simp. This guy is an alpha. He's not going to tolerate anything less than putting in full commitment, full attention span and focus. See, gentlemen, and this is what I talk about in my round table. I told you in the last video, you need a round table. Get a round table. And a round table should be forced. It should be you and several other dudes who vibing on the same energy frequency. You understand? So you get your round table, and you will know from discussing with other men that women who are not emotionally available are the ones that are usually going to waste the most of your time. They are what Alan Roger Curry, from his books that I love, he's one of the best dating gurus out there, in my opinion. He calls them manipulative time wasters. And you need to sort that out. You need to get rid of manipulative time wasters as soon as fucking possible. All right? And that's why you have to go in when you're getting flaked, right? And put that shit, you got to pimp check that like pronto. You understand? And if you see the woman is not emotionally available, she won't care. She's going to be icy cold. She's not going to give a flying fuck, gentlemen. She's not going to care. She's going to be like, I don't care. Fuck off. She'll probably even block you right then on the phone, right? But if she's emotionally available, and this does turn out to be a shit test, basically what is a shit test is, like what I discussed before, is, are you an alpha male? She goes, symbolically, let me check, right? And that's why women do things like that. You know what I mean? So this gives you an opportunity to demonstrate that you are the candidate that she's searching for. She doesn't want to be, most women don't want to be with a man who's gonna let them run all over them. Like a fucking, man carpet, like you're tread all over them. They don't want that. They don't want that. That's just the nature of most women being attracted to alpha type behavior traits and not wanting to be with a weasel, pushover, Peter Pan boy. You understand? That's why that happens. But you also have the emotionally unavailable women, like I said, the icy cold ones, ice queens. That's what I call them. And then they're just going to be like, well, fuck off then. And then that's fine. Hey, goodbye. Au revoir. Au revoir, biatch. I got time for that. And you gotta don't be butthurt or have your ego bruised. If you run into those women, let them go. Let them go. Get the fuck out of here. I got time for this shit. That has to be your attitude. That's why I'm expressing it that way, okay? But, so we're talking about when they are backpedaling, it is a shit test. You realize that, okay? Now, this comes to the interesting point, okay? And you can apply this to anything where you put the woman in check that she kind of disrespected you in any form or matter. And this is like so gold. This is so solid gold. And why men don't use this opportunity to go for this. Okay, let's pretend, all right? I just been flaked. Or just disrespected in somewhat way. You know what I mean? The woman has treated me indirectly or directly like, and then I put her in check. And then she backpedals and she apologizes. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. She starts blowing smoke up your ass about, tap dancing about, oh, I was busy, oh, this, my daughter, my son, whatever, she's a single mom, whatever the case may be, right? Right then and there, you listen to it and be like, That's when you say, that's nice, and I accept your apology, but how are you going to make this up to me? I'm going to repeat, gentlemen, you will tell that woman, how are you going to make this up to me, though? And that is where you are now shit testing her. See, a lot of times the women are always shit testing us, right? But this gives you an opportunity, gentlemen, to shit test the woman. See, because when you say, how are you going to make this up to me? Basically, what you're communicating to her is, yeah, now you got to prove to me that what you said about not meaning it, being apologetic for, coming across that way with that type of behavior. Now you have to really, through actions, show me that your words are your bond. You know what I mean? So, you have a lot of other dating gurus out there, coaches, like I know AMS, Alpha Male Strategies. He said he would tell the woman he wants her to cook dinner for him butt naked, or, just wearing her underwear, something like that, butt naked in the kitchen. Get your butt in the kitchen and cook me dinner naked. You know what I mean? And that's funny. He probably can get away with that shit. But, on a more mature status quo, I would say you use that to say, I want you to make this up to me, and you have her make it up to you. Maybe not cook you dinner butt naked in the kitchen, but just to have her demonstrate through a service toward you of her making that up to you. You understand? And you choose. You choose. This is your world. You're the squirrel. Gotta get a nut, baby. You know what I'm saying? So you choose, how does she make that up to you? You know what I'm saying? If you want her to cook you dinner, you know what I mean? If you want her to treat you extra nice, how are you gonna make this up to me? So you use that as, if you wanna say, a guilt trip to get preferential treatment. You know what I mean? You're gonna make this up to me. You're gonna come over and we're gonna Netflix and chill this weekend, all right? She's like, okay. You know what I mean? And she's going with it. You sure you cool with that? And then of course you get, you get that agreeance going on where she's like, yeah, of course, blah, blah, blah. All right, come over. We're gonna hang out, watch some movies on the couch. We're gonna snuggle. You know what I mean? I like to say fuggle, but we're gonna snuggle and we're gonna chill. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Make this up to me. And you get her to comply with something you want to do, because it's too much in the game of dating where the man is always complying with the woman, trying to placate, trying to fulfill her needs. What can I do for her? What can I do for her? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? When also within the context of female nature, they don't want you to do everything that they want to do. They kind of want you to be like, yeah, that's nice, but what we're going to really do is we're going to do this. Take the leadership role, okay? Because if a woman doesn't want you to take the leadership role, then you might not want to be with that woman, because that means she wants to wear the pants. And it's okay. You're 50-50, you take it in consideration, but I think a real feminine woman wants the man to take control. You know what I mean? And if she really needs it her way right away, she's like, no, we gotta do like this, then okay, make an exception to the rule. Say, all right, baby, we can do that. But most feminine natured women want a man to take control. They want a man to take control. That's what gets their punani wet. That's what gets them excited and aroused to want to do double monkey backflips in bed with you. Okay? Yo, gentlemen, this has been another Travel and Bang. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, share this with your family and friends. Post this in Facebook. Share it all over. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to really get this channel amped up. You know what I mean? It's just me and you guys out there spreading the gospel. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you feel. If you disagree, leave a comment below. If you agree, leave a comment below. Represent your city. leave a comment below. You know what I mean? Press like. If you don't like it, press dislike. That's fine. I want you to be honest with my videos, okay? So this has been Travel and Bang. Till next time, stay safe.